Hi, Stephanie. Thank you for doing the interview. Do you want to give your full name and your position?
Yay. Yes, I'm Stephanie Parent, project manager with the Architect of the Capitol. Background is in geotechnical engineering.
So I'm trying to gear some of the questions to go with what you do. This project's more on climate change and the effect of different environments and different fields of study because of climate change. So, question number one is from your perspective, how has climate change or recent extreme weather already influenced build design and construction in Washington, D.C.?
So a lot of my projects on Capitol Hill are outside of the buildings. So we have to meet stormwater requirements with DOE. And with the more extreme weathers, the higher rainfall intensity we're seeing, you have to design your stormwater to be able to hold that higher water at a faster duration. Um, and so that is time, money, space, all stuff that's hard to do in the city on its own. And you just see the standards and requirements you have to meet getting stricter and stricter.
Okay, that's good. How do you see the climate change affecting the way people live, work, and use the public spaces in future?
Um, I mean, if we can stay on top of it, it shouldn't impact. It'll get harder and harder though to keep developing and progressing further just because the amount of time and money you got to meet like stormwater is just getting harder and harder, and so that means less development. On the plus side, it could mean more parks will be needed, more green space, and for like somebody like me who likes outdoors, that would actually be a benefit for me. People who are more indoor people maybe not like that, but so there's a little bit of a plus. But yeah, I mean, things are just going to get harder and more expensive.
Yeah. Are clients like government developers and community groups asking more for resilience, sustainable designs? And if so, like how?
Yeah, the government definitely is. The government wants lead. A lot of their projects require lead now. So that definitely does. Private side, I saw that before I worked with the government too. Um, a lot of to get your zoning and your permitting to develop, you kind of make a deal that you'll take some open space and make park space. And you have to maintain that for the duration of your others. So it's definitely very much a requirement now on both government and the private side to do that.
Oh, and an additional note to that, have you seen fails in sustainability? Any green roof fails or different things that they thought would be good and weren't?
I mean, I've seen some where they know it's not like really secure government compounds that you can't like walk on. But yet we have bike racks and there's no trail or anything. There's a couple sidewalks, but you get the credits for bike racks and stuff. So people will put it in there even though nobody can bring a bicycle. So I've seen some where it's just to get the requirement. They yeah, they skirt around it. So and then yeah, I've seen green roofs fail to the point where they end up not being able to use the space because they forgot to include live loads and everything. So
In your projects, how do you account for risks such as flooding, heat waves, and stronger storms?
for stormwater, that's the most critical thing is what storm do you design for? The bigger the storm, the more expensive. So it's a risk that every agency, county, and everything kind of picks on what you have to design to. Ideally, you'd want to design to the 100-year storm because at some point you're going to get that. And now we're seeing the 100-year storm happen more often than it used to. We can't afford to design for that. So that's why you see now, houses being built on stilts and stuff like that. You're going to flood. So just build your house higher. Ideally, you would have the storm water that could hold it, but we just there's not enough money to sustain building to that.
Yeah, and we have Tony for wind load for
Yeah.
our structural engineer to analyze wind load and go overboard with that. Um, can you share an example where climate related issues like drainage, energy efficiency, or materials directly shaped the design of the design build process? I don't know why I had such a hard time saying that.
So we're talking design build specific, not design bid build.
It can be design bid build.
Okay.
I just figured I'd trigger your design build a bit, but yeah,
Yeah.
either way.
Yeah. For design build, that is where I've seen where a green roof was built, and kind of a failed with the design build. It was not a useful space. It was a green space. Also leaked inside the building a lot, so that one was a fail. And I don't know if it fully just was because design build. It was too rushed to try to get to meet credits and stuff, and they didn't follow through on that one. But I'm trying to think for drainage.
I have one. I don't know if you ran into this, like for lead platinum for a long time there, you had to have the gravity urinals, which
Oh,
made the building
yeah,
smell and cause bacteria. But that was the requirement if you wanted the platinum.
yeah.
I think that's gone now, but
I would hope so. There was some I encountered design, but I know there was for a while early lead where you got more credit for different pavement types, just based on how the sun reflected on it, how it absorbed heat. But it was like the least durable, like constantly need maintenance and repair. So I know in the beginning there was a lot of issue in trying to find actually what would benefit, but also what's realistically doable. Nobody wants to
yeah, so
repave every year.
the material in the beginning would benefit, but then having to fix it constantly kind of undid any environmental
Yeah.
positive it had. What challenges have come up trying to integrate resilience features while meeting cost and schedule goals?
Yeah. I mean, that's an everyday challenge. Especially schedule. Like a lot of times I think you gotta like move quicker and you don't have the time to really always really investigate everything you could do. Um, and then yeah, I mean, the scope creep can happen. That's cost, schedule. Uh, it is hard, especially if people come in last minute and come up with some grand ideas, and you're like, that would have been great on day one. um, so there's definitely, yeah. I mean, it's more cost. Done right, I don't think it should impact schedule as much. But like I said, I mean, people come up with ideas last minute. Um, but you outweigh the cost. Like if it's better overall, long term, costs a little more now. So you got to weigh the benefits.
I think we're almost at time. So let me ask you the last question. What would you give the future professionals about preparing for building an infrastructure for changing the climate?
I mean, for that, I mean, everything's changing. There's always new products and everything, and it's hard sometimes to keep up on it. But I think that's key is to keep up on the training and the education credits, um, which you need anyways to keep your licenses. But finding ones that actually benefit you and you can learn more and then use that for it, because there's a lot of information out there, lots of new products, and it just the research gets better and better. So yeah. Just don't stop learning. Keep the education.
All right. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks.
I'm going to hit stop recording if I figure out how to do that again.
I think it's under more, isn't it?